Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, your girl Serahdonald, aka Sarah Sassy. I hope you're doing good, feeling great, and everything in between. Now, someone requested that I made this video, a couple of you rather requested that I make a video talking about why people get broke when they move to Nigeria or move back to Nigeria. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Here are some reasons people get broke when they move to Nigeria. The first one is lifestyle inflation. You move to Nigeria and automatically you start living a baby girl lifestyle. And by baby girl lifestyle, it's like you have a driver, you have a help, you have a security, you have a personal assistant. I mean, you just rack up all these bills. You have a makeup artist on your payroll. Why? Slaying every time you want to go out. You have a stylist on your payroll. Basically, because you came with the mindset that, oh, maybe I was earning dollars and now I moved to Nigeria and, you know, you're converting dollar to naira. So it looks like, oh, labor is cheap. So let me take advantage of it. Let me take advantage of all the years I had to wash my clothes myself. Let me take advantage of all the years I had to clean my house myself. Now you get into it and get into this commitment of monthly payment. Now, these are things that you can still achieve, but not having them as a monthly, not having all these people on your payroll. So let's say you have a driver, you don't want to drive in Nigeria, which is fair. But you have to ask yourself, do I go out every day? If you don't go out every day, maybe some people are like, they work from home, they do most things at home, they don't really go out, but you have a driver that you're paying every month. And in that case, taking Uber will be cheaper if you don't go out a lot. Why do you have a cleaner on your payroll Monday to Sunday if you cannot really afford it, when you can have cleaners come like 3 times a week and you still achieve the same thing? Why do you have a chef? And I'm not saying that you cannot afford these things. My point is, remember, the point of this video is why people go broke. Of course, if you're coming back with a whole lot of money and you have money to pay for these things, it's not a problem. But I'm referring to people that maybe come back with their savings, or just trying to put yourself together and things like this. And the question is like, why do they get broke? So this is part of the reason why they get broke, because it feels like labor is cheaper, right, than where you're coming from. And because it feels like it's cheaper, or because it is cheaper, you now realize by the time you start paying it every month and having all these people your payroll, it now feels like you're back to the system you are running from, because it's now bills. Yes. Example, like, a lot of people, I've seen people move to Nigeria and then they realize that, oh, maybe where they are coming from, their kids were in public school. And in Nigeria, private schools are obviously better than public schools, right? Here. So these are things that you need to factor. Don't just say, oh, I'm moving to Nigeria because Nigeria is cheaper. Don't just watch videos of people saying, oh, I moved to Nigeria, now I have a maid, I have a personal assistant, I have a driver, I have all this and all that and that, and you forget that you guys do not share the same budget. Now, the next on my list is renting above your means. I have seen this a lot, and I've heard people complain about this a lot. In fact, a lady did a video saying things I wish I knew, right? That's what she said. Things I wish I knew before moving to Nigeria. First thing she put on her list is rent. Why is she paying 12 million naira a year? Why? Again, if you're complaining, that means you cannot afford it. If you're paying 12 million naira a year, that means you're making way more than that. That means probably you're coming to work for a company and your company is taking care of that. But you cannot, just because you saved or because it feels like, oh, that's just $13,000. That's easy, because in America, I used to pay more than that every month. Well, in Nigeria, it is once a year. So you must give them everything. In Nigeria, you must factor the fact that maybe you want to replicate the lifestyle you have abroad. So you must remember that you have service charge. If you're going to be staying in an estate that's going to be giving you 24 hours light or 18 hours or 20 hours, however amount, remember to factor in the fact that you're going to be paying for those things monthly. You're going to be doing stay alone, maybe in your own flat. Remember, you're going to be paying for security. Remember, you're going to be servicing your generator. Remember, you're going to be buying your diesel if that's a route. If you don't want a serviced apartment and you want like a self-service, remember to factor in these things when you're thinking of your rent. Remember agency fee. Remember the fact that the landlord can increase up to 100%. Think about these things. Now, let me give an example of Lagos, right? In Lagos, a lot of people want to live, like when they move back, they want to live in like VI, Ikoyi, Lekki. So, for example, Lekki has Lekki Phase 1 down to Shangotedo. And at that time, you can afford Chevron, but for some reason, you want to be in Lekki Phase 1. You want to be in VI. You want to be in Ikoyi. And you pay the first year because obviously dollar to naira at that time, it's easy for you. So you pay this amount of money, you furnish your house, you do it up because you want to say, oh, so I moved to Nigeria and my apartment is like a 5-bedroom apartment with 24 hours light. Da, 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 da. You're not thinking long term. And that's why you get broke. Because by the time you finish paying this amount of money, it's going to take a lot for you to renew the next year. And that's where the problem starts. So the biggest issue is renting, especially if you've not built or you've not bought and you're looking to stay in like big states like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. If you're looking to stay in these places, please think about your rent from start to finish. Think about the agency fee. Think about if you're staying in a service apartment, think about the monthly fee. Think that's what forms your rent, right? Think about how much you'll be spending monthly maintaining that house and all. That is what would decide how much actually is your budget and if that makes sense. Now, the next one on my list is Lagos lifestyle. Lagos lifestyle can make you broke. Here, I see a lot of ladies come. I'm more to the ladies because I see more ladies do videos. Follow me as I make my hair for $500, and people are telling you on the comment section that there is no way you should be doing cornrows for $500. But because you're feeling like, oh, where you come from is this amount, but you're not there now. We're about to enter dirty December now. You're going to see a lot of those videos. Follow me as I braid my hair for this amount of money. Follow me as I braid my hair for $500. Follow me as I braid my hair for $1,000. You know, where I'm coming from, this would have been $2,000, but that's where you're coming from. This is where you are now. If you're going to be living here, you need to start operating in the system. And that is your expenses, right? If you come, it's one thing to do dirty December, but when you're moving, think about your Ashwebi. Because Lagos can be very, like, if you're not careful, you're going to meet someone, bump into someone in the gym, you guys will just talk, and next person will tell you that I'm getting married, my Ashwebi is 400,000. Imagine having to pay that every weekend. Pay 400,000 for Ashwebi. Slay your hair for like 150,000. Do your makeup for 120,000. Everything now has gone up. So imagine every weekend on Owambe, on enjoyment, you're spending roughly $3,000 if you're not careful. Yeah, it might not mean anything because you are now paying in Naira. But in the long run, you'll be like, no. But before you know it, you'll be broke and you'll be too late. Another thing on my list is black tax. Listen, people like us here in Africa, we know how to cut it. Now, when you're moving, right, when you move to Nigeria, black tax is one of the first things that you are going to experience. People will bring their problems to you because you will hire someone and it seems like you have hired the entire family. You will tell your driver, how are you? And basically you're going to hear the story of his life. And because you feel like, wait, you're not in school because of 30,000 naira? That's like $40. No. How many kids do you have? 5. You take up that one on your own. Your house help is please, ma, sorry, my child is there. You take up that one. Your cousins, your relatives, because people believe that you're coming with money. People want you to take them out, lifestyle, and probably you might want to like impress. Except you're coming with a lot of money. Set your boundaries. Because I actually saw this on a comment. A lady did a video and someone commented and said that she's African American, and she said that, oh, they are trying to always like put their problems on her. And I'm like, girl, it's not just you. It is all of us. They do it to us. We have just mastered boundaries. So if you don't master that act of saying no or having a budget and be like, this is my budget for giveaway. When that budget, if you fall into it, all well and good. If you don't fall into it, it's on you. If you don't master that boundaries, you are going to get broke before you even know what is happening. Now, another thing is not having multiple streams of income. This is one major issue, right? Because oftentimes you're coming and you have a business in mind. Don't just have one business in mind. Have one, two, three businesses in mind. Remember, you are moving to a new place, right? Don't think that, oh, Nigeria is cheap. You will be shocked. So you're moving to a new place. You need different business. You need different business ideas. You need to be thinking about it now before you even move. And if possible, start establishing relationship in those industries, like in the industries you want to work in, right? Or you want to earn in. Start thinking of those industries now. Start paying more attention to that industry. Start researching. Don't just say, you know what, a lot of Nigerian girls like nice hair, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to start selling nice hair, and that's the only business I would do. You're about to be broke. Very broke. Now, another thing is the kind of cars you drive. Driving Benz, driving Porsche, driving cars that you cannot afford to maintain. If you can afford to maintain it, no problem. But remember, roads in Nigeria are not typically good. Yeah. And in some states it floods. So when you're coming with that car, it might be all nice and all, but are you thinking about the maintenance? You're about to be best friends with the mechanic. So basically, think about that when you're thinking of the kind of car you want to drive. And someone has asked me this question: is it cheaper to have a car or to drive? The same thing, like apply the things you also do abroad. Like literally apply the things you do abroad. Do I go out Monday to Sunday? Do I go out every day? Do you have a job? If the answer is yes, then you probably need a car. But let's say you go out once in a while. My dear, you just might be okay jumping in an Uber. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. Like, think about it. Wait. Don't just feel like, oh, because I'm coming to Nigeria, I have to drive. Or because I'm coming to Nigeria, I'm going to be using an Uber. No, financial literacy is a thing. Always think about it, right? Yes, the public transportation in a lot of states in Nigeria is not great. So I would not recommend that you have that as a plan B. It's literally like plan A. B is having a car or getting on Uber, Bolt, Taxify, InDriver, and Lag Ride if you're in Lagos. I know we have all those apps, right? So think about it. Is it worth it? Now, thinking about having a driver, cook, and all that stuff. Again, your budget. Think about, do I go out every day? Is it cheaper for me to have a driver, or do I just want to make videos of the fact that I have a driver that you're paying every month, but you go out once a month, or you go out twice a month, but you have a driver that you're paying? So think about that budget. Don't just say, oh, I'm coming back to Nigeria because labor is cheap. So you know what? I'm going to have a driver. I'm going to have a cook. I'm going to have a hair. I'm going to have like all these people on my payroll just because you are going to get broke and you're going to complain and you're going to say Nigeria has happened to you. Another thing that makes people broke in Nigeria is not planning insurance. It's not taking that serious. Abroad, you take it serious when it comes to like health insurance. But I noticed that a lot of Nigerians don't take it serious. So when you're coming back to Nigeria, probably the people advising you always somehow forget to remove health insurance. Health insurance is very important, especially if you until one time, if you're sick, or maybe you need to like go through some major surgery or something like that, big hospitals, because you're probably looking at like private hospitals. And if you go to these private hospitals and pay off pocket, you, my love, are going to be broke. Especially if you're coming as a family. Think about the best insurance for your family. Now, another thing on my list is scams, investment, fake investment. A lot of people are going to come to you and they're going to want to pitch all these investment ideas, this Ponzi scheme, fake land. Be careful. In fact, that's why I have special playlists for buying properties in Nigeria, because this is where a lot of people lose money. Fake agents, all this Ponzi scheme. They believe that you're coming from the UK, you're coming from wherever you're coming from, you're coming to Nigeria. They believe you're coming with a lot of money, and they want to always pitch these ideas to you. They might not even have anything in mind. They might not know that it's fake. And you are at points where you're like, oh, I want to make more money. So they're telling me like, invest 1 million naira to make 10 million. Run away. That is fake. So always like double check your investment. Double check your investment. Don't just go into it because a family friend said so, or because a cousin said so, because a sister said so. No, do your assignment before you put $1 into anything, except you're willing to risk that money. If not, do your check and balance. The same way you do if you're abroad, you should also apply that here. So basically, from everything I've said, you could typically see that the reason people get broke is one, because they don't budget, and boundaries. That is, like, if I had to just break it down in a nutshell, that's it. They don't stick to their budget because they believe that, oh, I'm in a cheaper place now. Maybe you change $1,000 and it's giving you like maybe 1 point something million. You're like, what? This is a lot of money. Oh my God. That's where they make mistake. And another key thing is that they don't know where to draw the line. No boundaries. You let everybody in, let every investment in, taking more than you can handle, have this inflated lifestyle because that's what you see on social media. Be careful, because that is the quickest way to get broke. Now, if you've enjoyed this video to this part, please do well by subscribing, comment, like, and share, because that's how you help me to help you. And yes, you asked and I'm answering. I do consult for people thinking to move to Nigeria. So if you want to book a consultation with me, please go to my go to the link in the description. You'll see my email. Please click it, follow, and let's chat. If you want like a one-on-one consultation, I am available. If not, you can check my videos. Some of the questions that you asked, I have already answered in my previous videos, especially when it has to do with real estate or moving to Nigeria. But if you have any video idea, because this video in particular was requested, so if you have any video idea, please drop in the comment section. Know that I will get to it. So thank you so much. My name is Serahdonald. Love you all for free. Bye.